G'day, it's Fish, the Beach Bum Investor, back from the surf and here with your cryptocurrency discussion and report for 3rd of January 2018. Just going to post up in Discord, let the crew know we're here as usual. I'm late today, early yesterday, late today. I'm not going to stay on too long today. Got a fair bit to do still, but I'll have a quick chat. I'll have a look at the markets. I'll say that and I'll probably be an hour and a half video. Cool. So yeah, it's Bitcoin's again pressing that 15,000 psychological resistance point. We did identify that recently as a bit of a resistance. Z's in, Nate Forsh, Baby Junkie, Floyd. How's the team going today? Good to see you all. Yeah, so Bitcoin again pressing 15,000. It did duck just over there and did back. So that range of 12.5 to 15 seems to be solidified at the moment. My question is on this run to the top side, will it actually break through? Is it going to bounce back down and head towards 12.5 again? That seems to be the temporary range it's found at the moment, just when I've been spot checking it. Something I can actually advise is to keep an eye on the markets in terms of just spot checking. It gives you a really good idea of the range of different coins. Nate Forge, I need to do a million things, man. That's on a list of a to-do list. Nate's asked me, he's pretty bullish on Dent. For anyone interested, I haven't had a look at it, so I can't comment. He's suggesting I need to have a look at it. Well, I actually need to get my PIVX work done first. But thanks for the heads up, man. I'll definitely put it on the list of things to do. I want to have a look at Cardano first. That was the next white paper I was really, really keen to read. So I'm going to have a look at that one first when I get some time, and then move on to Dent. It has been difficult keeping up with the new coins coming out, as my workload has increased quite heavily as well. But on that one, we'll certainly look to it in the future. G'day, Pablo. All right, just doing a quick update on coinmarketcap.com, but the overall market cap has surged. I think it's close to all-time highs. It's the highest I've seen it when spot checking it at 681 billion. 24-hour volume has surged 43 billion. BTC dominance hanging around that 37% mark. Bitcoin's just touching over that 15,000 mark on CoinMarketCap now, $15,062. Ripple's been pretty strong. Like everything up the top has been relatively strong. Bar IOTA, which took a slight dip, 0.14% since yesterday. So not a huge concern, especially considering it ran up to that point. Neo's been one of the massive gainers. It actually touched really close to the $100 mark. It might have even got there just when I was spot checking it overnight. So incredible growth for Neo in a short time. Fortunately enough, I had that in my top 5 for the year. I think when I picked it, it was about $60 only a few days ago, or $65. So good gains in a short time there. I think with the ICOs, like the saturation or flood of ICOs are going to be, NEP5 tokens that are going to be released on the Neo platform. I think you are looking at a good 2018 for Neo. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting battle in the DApp market. Speaking of DApps, let's have a look at Icon, which we've been keeping an eye on. $6.57. It pushed up towards that $6.80 mark, was the highest I saw it in spot checking it, but really, really nice gains. Another 1.5% on top of the 65x that we've already done. So that was good to see. Just looking for any other major gainers. Verge is struggling, guys, on the back of the Wraith protocol not being delivered. And perhaps a lot of people feeling a bit let down by the explanation, or feel like they were left in the dark about that. The market's pretty unforgiving in the crypto economy. So Verge has been not treated well since the Wraith protocol being missed, and it's down to 14 cents. I haven't heard anything about that being rectified. So if anyone has heard that Wraith has actually made it out in the last 24 hours, please let me know, but I don't think so. Omasco was again pushing over $20. Seems to be finding some resistance at that point. It's done really, really well since the sort of $7 or $8 mark where we identified it. I think it was maybe even 685.80. I can never remember where we actually got it, but well below that. Z, they are saying that people are dumping Verge to get into Lindacoin. Okay. I had a look at Lindacoin some time ago. It's on Cryptopia, right? I'm not sure if it's on other coins. It didn't interest me that much. I actually preferred Verge myself, but the market the market has a history of doing this. If you miss deadlines, you miss targets, and you don't keep investors informed, they dump it. They dump it even if you do keep them informed. It's a brutal market at times. But, you know, I do think that based on anecdotal evidence, that Verge could have done a bit better at keeping their community and investors informed about the issues they were having, or potentially are still having. I'm not sure, because there's not been a whole lot of communication about it. Hey, Gollum, $1.11. Yes. First identified on this show at 29 cents because I bought it. And then I bought it again at 79 cents because I thought it was pretty good value. And that's popped over $1.11, up 19% in the last 24 hours. Oh, yeah, see, another masternode coin with privacy. Cool. I'll have to have a look at it. Make sure that we've got a good lead on them. Obviously, PIVX will continue to develop and continue to strive to be the top privacy coin with proof of stake. Hopefully, the top privacy coin one day. Yeah, we're pretty happy with where we are in the market cap, but we're always striving for more. So it's good to have another competitor in Linda Coin to go and assess and see what they're doing differently to us, and see whether we need to be concerned about that or take some of that on board. Oh, I saw that, Pablo. Pablo's just said Aeon is rocking. Yeah, man, it cruised up. Let me just find it. I can't remember where it is in the market cap, but it absolutely hammered it. They were doing the alliance with the strategic alliance with Icon and OneChain, right? I'm pretty sure it was Aeon. There's two Aeons, AION and AEON. I think it's this one, AION, that is doing the strategic alliance, up 64.28% in the last 24 hours, hitting $9.52. Incredible times for the Aeon supporters. It's got a really nice chart on. I mean, a bit parabolic at the end, but the growth patterns are really nice. Steady upward trend. So good to see. What's up, Ian? How you been, man? Haven't spoken in a while. How they? Yeah, I'd love to get to one of your talks. I'm not sure what they're called, but I'd love to get to one. I was looking more into it, man. Looks awesome. Hourglass Solar, everything is blowing the F up. Yeah, man, it really is. Chris said that Aeon's actually been really good for trading. So I haven't checked the volatility on that, Chris. So it's good that you're getting some good trades on that. My trades are gone nuts, man. Like, the volatility in the altcoin market at the moment is like, I sit down at my computer, I reset all the trades that have hit, I go away, I come back, and I've got another 20 trades that I've got to reset. It's just been awesome for trading. If you do know what you're doing, if you don't, just leave it alone, guys. If you don't know how to trade, buy and hodl, or practice trading with fractional tiny $20 amounts, $10 amounts, nothing. Smallest, whatever you can do on the platform. That's a good way to learn. Like the smallest you can do. Seb just arrived, was looking at Aeon just now. Oh yeah, $100 Neo Hourglass is only a stone's throw away now, man. Will it retrace before it hits there? Could. It's had a big run up. But g'day, Jace. A lot of people are looking to hold on to that Neo to earn the gas, and also because there's ICOs just flooding in, like NEP5 tokens just flooding in through 2018. And that's just the ones we know about. There'll be more. So yeah, I'm holding Neo so that I'm ready to go if I want to get into some of those ICOs. And also because I think it's a good project on its own. Mark G said, Leafs down 1-0. That is not good. Let's keep going, Leafs. Still a long way to go. Oh, well, I hope so. Jay said $100 ICX. Yes, sir. Did you see my maths on it, Jace? I got it to 30. But, you know, that was conservative maths. I was only using Korean figures. I just wanted to actually have some maths that backed up the $30 price point. So I got some comments on that. Like, Gia posted up on a Reddit forum because he liked the video and said, I'm going to post that up on a Reddit forum. I said, yeah, cool, man. And I didn't actually respond to any of the Reddit comments, but I went over there and had a read, and it was like, oh, you should have taken this into account. You should have done this. You should have done this. I'm like, you're welcome to build your own formula. So much criticism for someone who's not put out their own formula. But yeah, for me, I'm well aware that I haven't taken everything into account with that. I state during the video that I haven't taken into account any increased spending in the crypto economy, which is very unlikely. So, or other countries outside of Korea. So just with Korea alone, I got to a $30 price, but you know, at least I got some maths behind it. That was my point of it all. It wasn't to be 100% accurate with the building of the formula. It's just to show you how to get some ideas of price points. Seb says, Aeon, OneChain and Icon seem to have some sort of partnership. They are similar projects and did a presentation together at a conference in November. Yes, Seb, that's correct, mate. That was actually, I don't think it was announced, but it's widely known. It's widely known that OneChain have partnered up with Aeon and Icon, as you suggested. Chris, definitely going to jump on OneChain when it hits on the exchange. I think a few people are looking for that, Chris. ICO sold out like quickly. Yeah, I think it could spike pretty hard when it hits market, but with most ICOs, like I've seen this trend so many times where it spikes and then dumps as everyone dumps their like bonus shares and stuff like that. So my personal opinion is just like wait for that dump after it releases. Jow says, yeah, the activity was insane. Active community, it seems. Yeah, man, it is insane. I posted a comment, but it wasn't meant as a criticism, just a suggestion. I'm not sure what that's about, BB. I'll go and check it out, man. You got to understand with me, BB, it takes a lot to rattle me, mate. It takes a lot to get me upset. It's because of my arrogance. I just assume everyone else is wrong if they don't have the same opinion as me. Yes, at Hourglass, Fish covered it last night. No shilling your referral code. No, well, we can. Yeah, I just prefer we made a channel for that so everyone can choose whose referral code they want to use or whatever. Like, we can all share it around. We've done that before. I've used referral codes from people in the group. People have used mine. Share around. Grinkers and I did it together way back in the Substratum day. Grinkers used my referral code and his bonus shares come in and I went, wow, Grinkers, did you put a bit into that, did you? And then I sent him back his bonus that he'd got because it was his investment. He just used my referral code. And he said, nah, Fish, keep 10% of that bonus. I was like, yeah, dude, stoked. So thanks, Grinkers, legend. But like with Gladius, 18 months, some ICOs have a longer hold before founders are allowed to sell. What about IoT chain? Haven't had a look at IoT chain, Mark, but you're right about the Gladius ICO. The founders have locked themselves in for 18 months. So they aren't dumping anything. Like, it's impossible. It's under smart contract. So they cannot access their Gladius tokens until 18 months is up. And there is vesting periods for strategic investors in QLink and Gladius as well. This is a good idea. It stops, it promotes long-term hold. It promotes long-term vision in the project rather than let's flip it for 3x straight off ICO. I think it really promotes that sort of the long-term vision. So I like the strategy. What do you think of Hashgraph technology and how can we get in on it? Okay, well, I can have a look how you can get in on it, Shaquille, because it's easy enough to pop over and see where it's trading at. I'll just have a look on. Has that come up on? No, it hasn't. Damn it! I thought it might have come up on CoinMarketCap. It's still not up there. I'd have to do some more research to find out whether it's available at this stage, whether it's just not been listed on CoinMarketCap yet. But usually CoinMarketCap are pretty good. They get on there pretty quickly. If anyone in the chat knows how to get a hold of Hashgraph and wants to help out Ahmed, it's Shaquille Ahmed, different Ahmed to what we had to the one we had in yesterday. Just pop it in the chat for us, guys, if you do know. Adnan, any upcoming O I should be posted for? Look, I've got one that I like, man, but I think it's going to sell out super quick. And the other thing is, I was talking to Wilkie about this, and it's an interesting debate because we looked at a couple of things, and Wilkie said to me, you know what? He said, I don't know if I am going to go in this ICO because we missed the pre-sale bonus. He said, I think Neo can actually outperform it. So he said, I'm probably better off just holding the Neo. And that's his opinion. I'm still looking at this ICO. I'm quite fond of it because of the existing user base. But Adnan, if you want to find out which one it is, man, it's just on our Discord group. There is actually another one that I'm super interested in, another NEP5 token, and I'll start posting some info on that very, very soon, but they haven't even announced when the pre-sale will be just yet, but it looks like a good project to me. So I've got two that I'm looking at the moment. Thanks for the question, Adnan. Ted Maramandis, you on XRP and ZRX? XRP, no, because I don't like banks. I've had massive fights with banks in my time, so any blockchain that's looking to help them catch up to us, I'm just not interested in investing in. I'll just stick with like decentralized blockchain. But ZRX, that's Zero Coin, right? Zero Coin it's a Japanese, like it actually uses Zero Coin protocol, I believe, similar to PIVX, except PIVX is proof of stake. But yeah, anonymous coin, I think that's right. ZRX is Zero Coin out of Japan. I always thought it was a good project, man. I hold a very small amount. I got it when I was first in the economy, like quite a long time ago. So I've traded out of a lot of it now. I still think it's a good project. It's just I'm trying to consolidate my accounts because when I first got into the economy, I just spread stuff everywhere, right? So yeah, I like Zcoin though. ZRX, it's a good project. I think so. I prefer PIVX, but to be fair, I do work there. So you've always got to take that into account when I say I prefer PIVX. Jordan, opinion of ADA is that, mate, everyone and their dog is talking about it. Wilkie texted me this morning and said, Fish, how did we miss this one? And I said, mate, I haven't even read the white paper yet, to be honest. I got sent a video with one of the founders last night. I didn't get a chance to have a look at it. I've just been like, this has been last 2 months, like last month and the next month are my busiest months since I've been working in the economy. So I'm just a little slack on getting onto new coins for me at the moment. And unfortunately, ADA, Cardano, was one I hadn't got a hold of. What I can tell you, Jordan, is I get commissions over at Binance based on how much people, based on people's trades, if they've signed up under my account. So if they're trading Cardano and they haven't used the Binance coin to pay the fees, I actually get paid the fees in Cardano. And I've accumulated a fair bit of Cardano just on the exchange, just on the, the referrals. So I can tell you people are buying it. But other than that, man, I really, that's my next white paper. So I did Tron, which is one of the top ones that I hadn't read yet. I read that white paper the other day. I'll do Cardano next. And then I'm looking into, there was Ray blocks and something else that was mentioned just earlier, actually. So I've got a few that I need to have a look at. Harry Taylor, status, flipped my money on it, brother. I'm a rookie, but maybe a coin to take a look at. You said you didn't know much about it last we talked to you, Rockfish. Okay, cool, man. Status, yeah. No, I still haven't looked on it, but it had some good gains, man. Nice work on that flip, dude. I'd like to see the long-term vision of the project before I can really make a comment, but always love to hear people making a bit of money. So well done, Harry. Seb, I've heard that OneChain will likely be listed on an exchange in mid to late January. Binance and KuCoin are apparently frontrunners. Can anyone clarify or add to this? Seb, the only thing I can add to that is I really like the KuCoin exchange. It looks good. It looks really good. Have you guys seen what the KuCoin shares have done? They went rocketing overnight. I really wish I had just got in and bought some because I almost did a couple of days ago and I just went, I'll wait, I'll do this. I've got this to do. You don't, when you're ready to pull a trigger in this economy, pull the bloody trigger because you often don't get a second chance, to be honest. If you're confident with a price point that you've come up with, you've done your research, you've done a lot of homework and it hits that point and you said, right, that's my buy point, buy it. Don't do what I do and sit back and go, I just wait a bit longer, see what happens over the next couple of days. That's what I did with those KuCoin shares, and I think that's got potential. I've got to read up more on how the residual income actually works on the coin and what percentages are given back to KuCoin holders. But it is a cool idea, right? It's a different idea that I've seen on exchanges where you're actually getting, a kickback from the exchange as such. DNT finally going up. District 0x. My goodness, Joe. I bought that at 10 cents back in ages ago, right? And I just rode the bugger down, right all the way down to 4 cents, something like that, 3.9 cents. And at that point, it got pretty stable around that 4 cent mark. I thought, you know what, I should double up and just jam in again. And I didn't. But stoked to be in profit finally on one of the 3 coins that I was down on. So I'm down on 3 coins. I was down on 3 coins. District 0x is now back into profit. Chain coin, funnily enough, which is one of my, honestly, my most regretted investments ever since I entered the economy. Chain coin is almost back to even for me, which is, I'll be happy to get rid of that bag. Sorry to the chain coin people. But District 0x is another one, and Dubai coin, which I always stipulated as high risk, high reward, very low market cap. And I took a 50% dive on that myself. But that started coming back yesterday too. So I'm getting closer on the 3 coins that I was down. One of them I'm actually now 50% up in District 0x. The other one, I'm very, very close in Chaincoin, and yeah, Dubai Coin started coming back. So yeah, nice to see DNT finally going up though, Joe. Did you see they partnered with Decentraland, District 0x? So what I'm imagining is that District 0x will have virtual marketplaces within Decentraland. I can't see any other reason they would partner, which is pretty cool if they can achieve that. I don't know if they can. It's obviously, I don't even know if that's the plan. I'm just guessing. That's speculation, people. But there is a partnership there. If you go onto Decentraland's homepage, you can see that they partnered with District 0x and one of the other coins I can't remember. Stellar Lumens, question mark, looking good. And yes, if Ether is already 900, NEO is going to 10x 2018, no doubt. 10x, big call. Could do. I mean, you look at the way the ICO is coming out on it, it could do, yeah, I guess. 50 billion, right? It's around 5 billion market cap. Possible. I wouldn't say it's, you know, probable, but I'd say it's possible for sure. Shaquille Ahmed. Apparently hash graph speeds are like twice the speed of sound, whereas Bitcoin is like a snail. It's a different tech from blockchain, kind of like Tangle Tech, but even better. Yeah, cool, Shaquille. Well, that's what they're claiming anyway. Obviously, if it's fairly new technology, we've still got some testing to do. You've always got to remember that. Blockchain has 10 years of testing flawlessly. Blockchains don't get hacked. Wallets do, exchanges do, but the blockchain itself doesn't get hacked. We don't really know with, like, even Tangle technology was going to destroy Bitcoin. Bitcoin wasn't even going to exist 6 months ago. This is what all the IO defense was saying. You know, Tangle, blockchain's useless. And then Tangle had bugs found in it. You know, so I just think that anything that's relatively untested, it certainly can be a progression or an evolution of the blockchain, but it needs more testing before the market will, okay, this is 100 times, yep, straight past Bitcoin. It's not going to happen without, in my opinion, without years of proving its security and that it does actually scale that well. You got it, Ted. I try to answer the best I can. I cop a lot of shit for it sometimes as well, but you know, it's funny. Yesterday, one guy said he came in late, and I was looking forward to him coming back because I said, "You're welcome to come back for a debate." And he goes, "Oh well, I'll debate anyone." I said, "Well, that's fantastic. It doesn't mean you're any good at it." But he came in yesterday trolling me, and it really made me think about. I don't know. Just he came in and basically said they're all scams. He didn't give any extra information. He didn't back himself up with any research or facts. So I imagine that, considering he's not here today, that he was just trying to get attention. So that failed for him. But I did invite him back for a debate today, and he's chickened out, so that sucks. But yeah, man, I'm always happy to give my opinion. And that's the thing. He said to me, well, this amateur hour. I said, well, no, I've been giving my opinion for 30 years and I'm bloody good at it. I'm super opinionated. So I've never claimed to be a blockchain expert. I've never claimed to be an expert in investing in the crypto economy. What I have said I'll do is give my opinion. So if you want to say it's amateur hour, well, no, because I've been giving my opinion for many, many years to many people, even if they don't want to hear it. Opinion on QSP, Quant Stamp, definitely getting more recognition. Pramada Reddy, cool name. I knew Amanda Reddy when I was younger. Looks similar on the screen. Pramada Reddy, opinion on QSP, Quant Stamp. It's getting a lot more noticed. Again, you guys have bought 3 from 3 that I've got to read white papers for. So Quant Stamp's one of them that got brought to my attention maybe only a month ago, 6 weeks ago. And given my workload, I haven't had a chance to review the white paper. I did have a quick look at the website on this show. It looked reasonable. I didn't have a problem with it, but I just haven't done enough research to say, yeah, I'm really bullish on that one. There's a few people though who in the chat who do like QSP. Guys, if you're one of those people who are supporting QuantStamp, because I know there's a few in our investment crew who have invested in it, yeah, shout out. Let us know. Bobek, hey Fish, if you were a brand new investor and you had $100, what would you put it into in the current market? Asking for a friend that is interested in investing. PIVX. Okay, no, look, I'll give you something else other than PIVX because that's a no-brainer that I'm going to say that, right? So I like Icon, man. I think Icon can do really well based on the like on the back of these, the growth of these DApp platforms, the amount of work that Icon did pre-ICO, the fact that I've put it as my #2 pick for 2018 behind PIVX as #1. Yeah, I think Icon's got a lot of potential, man. We're going to have to see how these ICOs go when they've released. Like OneChain's done its ICO, which is fantastic, but now we need to see the DApp platform actually working in terms of other programs working on top of it. So once that's proven, which I'm sure it will be, and we start to see Icon work and get more acknowledged throughout the industry, I think that it's going to prove to be a good $100 spend for the year. Yeah, I think that's where I'd go with it, man. Other than PIVX, of course, because PIVX you can stake. So you get extra income. Having said that, on $100, unless it was an accumulation strategy, like I'm going to put $100 in this month, and then 100 next month, and then 100 next month, and that way I would definitely recommend PIVX because you can build it up and increase your chances of getting those staking rewards. But if you've only got $100 and that's bottom line, you're probably not going to make full advantage of the PIVX coin. Like staking 10, it's going to take you, I think, like 3 or 4 years to get a staking bonus. So that's just off the top of my head, but it's a long time is my point. So yeah, it depends on whether that's the end strategy or whether it's an accumulation strategy. Joe, no, I haven't seen that virtual reality marketplace. Yeah, well, that's what I reckon they're going to do, Joe, because Decentraland is it's a virtual reality world. It's kind of like, the way I describe it is kind of like that Minecraft game that my nieces play. I've never played it. I've just seen them doing it. So it's like that, like build your own world, except it's in virtual reality. And Decentraland is the current, Mana is the currency within Decentraland. I just wanted to speak to you guys, because I spoke to a guy yesterday, and he's actually in our investment crew, and he does graphic design for virtual worlds. Crazy coincidence. And I actually spoke to him and said, hey, since you're in the industry, what do you think of Vibe? What do you think of Decentraland? And he said Vibe, he wasn't a fan of it all. And this is after me yesterday saying I was a fan of it. But he explained to me that with 5 people on the team and the amount of money that has been raised through the ICO phase and that, they're just not going to have the resources they need to achieve what they're trying to achieve. That's his opinion. Okay, I don't work in graphic design and 3D animation and creating 3D worlds, so I don't know. But that was his opinion, and he does work in the industry. So I just thought I'd share that all with you. That was on Vibe. Decentraland, he was concerned about the amount of data that would need to be on chain, and would it actually be feasible for a virtual reality world to be on chain because of the scaling issues that blockchain does have. It was an interesting couple of points. For me, I didn't go and dump all my shares because it was one opinion, and I don't have my whole house put into those two coins. So I thought I'll hold on to them, but I will stop. I won't stack hard into them, because it's a good bit of market research from someone who actually is in the industry. So I have to take that into account. Did they? Thanks, Rent Your Plants. I got it right for once. Welcome back, Rent Your Plants. Rent Your Plants has dropped some info on us. District 0X just partnered with Bloom as well. That's cool, man. Oh, do they, BB? No. I got to go start trading. BB's just told me that KuCoin have Neo pairs. I already trade Ether, Litecoin, and Bitcoin do quite well, and Binance Coin. So now I can trade KuCoin and Neo as well. Wow. I'm going to be setting trades all day. That's all I'm going to be doing. For someone who said he wasn't a heavy trader, it's still sure turned around. Guys, I'm just catching up on chat as well. That's why I'm a little bit behind. Sorry. Ted said, so where would you leave your altcoins that you currently hold, a Trezor or in Binance? Don't be naughty like me and leave them on exchange. Having said that, I'm trading everything that I leave on exchange, so it's got to be there. But like my PIVX, I hold in a PIVX wallet. My Ether and ERC20 tokens, I hold in my Ether wallet. I have a Neo wallet. I have, I can't even remember. But yes, I prefer to hold them in wallets. I don't actually use Trezor though, or Ledger Nano S, which is another popular hardware wallet. So I actually, I don't have a hardware wallet, which is probably a good thing for me to look into. JP O'Brien said, KuCoin is great. Grab some Elix on there. PS, This is Quicksote. Oh, okay, from Discord, yeah. How are you, man? Seb, I've heard a couple of YouTubers saying that Neo has almost 30 ICOs lined up to be launched. If that's true, yeah, 27, Seb, from memory. 27 ICOs, dude. Ashok Ramsey. That's the reason why Neo is spiking currently. Yeah, I think so. I think it's part of it, Ashok. I've formulated like I heard this opinion from someone else first, and I grabbed it and evolved it a little bit. And they had the opinion that people creating these Neo reserves, like the NEP5 tokens, creating a Neo reserve so they're not dumping all the Neo that they raise at ICO straight onto the market, which a lot of people said was keeping Ethereum's price down because ICOs are listing and they're all dumping to get their VC, their US dollars or whatever it is to go and build their coin. Now with Neo, that's reportedly less likely to happen because a lot of these projects are actually going to hold a percentage of that Neo, earning the gas and selling off the gas to fund the development. So I thought that could have a twofold effect. One, Neo goes up, obviously. Less supply going onto the market, more people hodling it, more people buying it for these ICOs, and then it gets thrown into them, but it stays there. It doesn't get put back onto the market. So for me, that was actually the determining factor that put Neo into my top 5 for this year. That was it. It was always a good project, but that factor alone, I went, nah, that's hodl, like that's forced hodling or hodling big time. So that's going to cut the supply onto the market, which is going to drive price up as long as that demand stays equal, and I think demand will actually increase. So that's one part of the theory, but the other part that I developed on top of that is what happens to gas. Now, if people are dumping gas all over the place out of their Neo, like their Neo wallets that they've owned the gas and they're dumping it all over the place and there's a big supply on the market, and now there's not as big a demand for gas because proof of stake are moving to, Ethereum are moving to proof of stake and things like that. So I don't know, that should bring down their transaction fees, shouldn't it? I'm pretty sure for proof of stake. This whole fork, I'm not sure exactly which section will have the effect on transaction fees, but it should bring it down, which means that gas perhaps won't be as desired. That was just like my thoughts. I could be completely wrong on that. And I'd love to hear your opinions, guys, because that was, it's only a sort of a thought process that I've developed in the last 4 or 5 days. So if you've got any comments on that, that'd be cool. Apparently we vote on how the consensus will work. So 1,000 ICX per masternode so I can run 30. Yeah, thanks for disclosing your investment, Joe. Crypto Gnome. Hi, Fish. Thank you for being so dedicated to this every day. Been snowboarding all day, and it's great to get a recap of the market today. Great work, man. Snowboarding. And I love snowboarding. Like I'm not great at it or anything, but I got the natural balance of a surfer. So I love it. My brother lived in Whistler for a couple of years. He became pretty good, actually. I went over there and we went up through a park and he's doing all the, the boxes and the rails and the big jumps and that. And I'm like, whoa, when did you get good at snowboarding? I love it, man. It's such a good sport. I always said that if I didn't have a beach, I could live with a mountain, but I'd have to have one or the other. I'd have to either be boarding or surfing for sure, or skiing or whatever. I don't care, but I'd have to be on a mountain or in the water. Bitcoin, 43 sats, throwing 500 at it. Nice one, Mark. Is it down, is it? Bitcoin. Go and have a look after the show. I've been looking for a spot to get into that. It does interest me, but again, it's further diversifying an already extremely diverse portfolio. What OCO explained that to me? I saw one for something like ETHLend. It looked cool. ETHLend we talked about, I don't know, about a week ago, Ted, when it was about 6 cents. Ether said he's pretty good at picking one of the lower market caps, and he came in and said, look, guys, I think this ETHLend at 6 cents is going to be pretty good. And last time I checked, it was sitting at 18 cents, so really nice run up. John Del Gino. Hey, Fish, I just subscribed to your channel. Just want to say you're really informative and definitely learning quite a bit from your knowledge since I'm new to crypto. That's good, man. Like, I'm happy to hear that. Like you guys are going to know the people who are new, that's awesome, but there are far more experienced people than me and people who are far better than with tech. But I'm for the newbies, this is a good space because you're going to pick up something that'll help you on your progression to being an expert in the crypto economy. Isaac is back, mate. Are you for day trade or long term? A little bit of both, dude. I think it's silly. Like I had 4 months all up, like 1 month of really intensive training and then 3 months of mentorship when I was doing. So it's not like massive experience, like years and years of trading or anything, but I've been trained on it professionally on trading. So it seems silly not to put that into use and make a little extra. But honestly, most of it I'm bag holding. Most of it I'll grab like a bag and I'll like scale into it, and then I'll put like 70% aside and I won't touch it. The other 30% is for trading. Thanks for the question. Coin crypto, privacy coins and tax. It's going to be an interesting, it's got like crypto in general and tax is going to be super interesting in 2018. In Australia, it's been classified as capital gains tax. So it'll be a flat rate of 30%. But obviously there are ways to avoid paying that tax if you were so inclined. Now, I'm not so inclined. I'm quite happy to pay the tax that I've earned on crypto. My major problem at the moment in Australia is the big four banks, the dickheads, National Australia Bank, Westpac. By the way, I've got a business account with you, Westpac. We're launching a business. We've been with you for 5 years and we're going to have to pull our accounts because you won't accept crypto. So well done. ANZ, Commonwealth Bank. Those four banks are being dickheads. They're putting the massive squeeze on saying, oh, we're not letting any transfers come in from, crypto accounts like Living Room of Satoshi and all that. They have no reason for it. They're talking about any account that's previously been used for money laundering or illegal activities. I'm like, check 90% of your accounts, dickheads. Like, honestly, they're just protecting their current business model, which everyone's finally cottoning onto. And they're just doing anything they can to rape the last little bit of money out of the people before it all goes kaput. Oh, yeah, that's cool, Joe. We can do that, man. Yeah. Joe's saying we should get together and vote on the consensus stuff over at Icon, because between our group we hold about $3 million worth. So we've got a fair bit of voting power over there, I guess. If we were so inclined, we can look at that, Joe. Jace, I didn't think anything had been released about details on masternodes with ICX yet. Hourglass just said, don't trade your Neo. But how about if I want to accumulate more Neo, Hourglass? How am I going to do that without trading it? I don't just buy it. That seems expensive. No, Mark G, that's too broad a statement for me to agree with. I think it'll be a very, very high performing. Let me just read the comment. Mark G said, generally speaking, do you think that privacy coins as a class will outperform every other class? And my answer is no. I work for a privacy coin. I'm still not going to say yes. I think it's a very, very desired feature in coins. Will it outperform every other class? I think exchanges could be really big. But then again, there's going to be a flooding of them, right? So that money's going to dilute between all of them. But that's the same with privacy coins at the moment. Like, the market is getting quite saturated. So I think the top ones, like the privacy coins that continue to develop, continue to work on building their community, continue to work on getting accepted in real world situations, and continue to work on ease of access in terms of people being able to buy it. Yeah, I think they'll have solid years. But as a whole, I don't know. I think a lot of privacy coins might get shaken out this year because the market might settle on 4 or 5, really top coins. If you look at, they might take PIVX as proof of stake, for example. Monero's already way up there and doing well in the privacy coin race. Verge might be chosen as the D-App platform, although they had the Wraith protocol miss, so that might not as well. Zcoin could, Zcoin, not Zerocoin. Zcoin could get chosen in Japan, just it's based there. It could definitely be a good year for privacy coins, but I don't think like every privacy coin will pump, and I don't think they'll outperform every other sector of the market, if I'm being 100% honest. I think there's other sectors that are growing. Shared resources is a big one. I think that's going to be a huge growth industry. Gladius, Substratum, Qlink, plenty others that are starting to do it as well. Sonum, Golem. I think that's going to be a big market in 2018. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Joe's just said They've announced about the masternodes in the ICX Telegram. He said that's why it doesn't say how it works in the white paper. We will vote on how it works. That's pretty cool. I'm up for that, Joe. We could get our group together and direct the vote nicely. Telegram, nothing pinned about it. Okay, Jace. You guys are just talking amongst yourself there. Sorry. I don't mean to read out the comments. I just read whatever's there. I ain't dumping the Neo bag, crypto care. I'm hodling it all the way through, still accumulating that ICX though. I think that's going to be a smart play, hourglass on both of those. 2 of my top 5 right there, brother. So I'm with you on that. Seb, nice buys on ICX. I missed the ICO, but got it at 195 and up to 230. Yeah, man, I got it at $1.20. Xiao, Johnny Crypto, dropped it on our Discord group. Said, guys, it's on Binance. It's trading at $1.20. Anyone want it? Me, Grinkers, Wilkie. I'm trying to think who else. We all went, yep. And we just went and dumped anything we could find into ICX at $1.20, even though we'd already got it at ICO at 10 cents. Noob question. When you speak of Tron, you are talking about Tronics, TRX. Yeah, I am, man. I've always just referred to it as Tron. But yes, I am talking about TRX. Geez, that had a big run, 60% or something since yesterday. Rockets in. How are you, brother? It's your favorite expensive hobby? I'm not even sure what we're talking about. Jiao's getting angry at everyone because he said there's 45 watching and only 8 likes. That's because people don't like me. We've established this, Jiao. Kev Ha. Haitian on Steam is a beast at Elliott Wave predictions too. Yeah, Kev, was that you? Someone put me onto him this morning, man. I literally went back on my Steemit account and someone left a comment and said, check this guy out. He's freakish. I went, sweet, I'll go and check him out. So yeah, I'm following him on Steemit now, man. Is Wilkie in? Oh, there he is. Wilkie, you look nice today, Fish. Did Numbnuts turn up for the debate? No, he didn't, mate. I'm disappointed. You know I love a good verbal joust, Wilkie. I look forward to it. I've lost sleep being excited about this troll coming back in for a bit of a... I was going to give him the Google Hangouts thing and say, come on the show. Let's talk about it live. Yeah, Mark G, love Whistler. Man, you got to... If you guys haven't been to Whistler, and you like, especially if you're a fan of boarding or skiing, or if you just want to try it out, Whistler is an awesome town. I love it. I cannot speak highly enough of Whistler. If you like to party, it's not a bad place as well. It's one of those before 30 things, if I'm being honest. Like the whole town is pretty young. I went there when I was 26 and I felt old. So it's all pretty like a younger crew there, but it's just awesome. I went out. How's this? I went out, and I'm not a drinker, but I drank for 31 days straight, because I was on day 28 and I was like, no, I can't do it anymore. My brother's like, no, bullshit. You said a month. I said, that's 28 days. He goes, no. And he made me go out for 3 more nights. Just catching up. Oh, sorry, Mark G, not Ether Land, Ether Lend. So Ether, as you know how to spell, you've got it correctly there. Just swap your A for an E. E for Echo, not A for Alpha. And I know that A and E sound exactly the same coming out of an Australian's mouth, so I am sorry. But it's Ether Lend, as in lend somebody some money. Elysium Core, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, mate. Too much health and many green candles. Yeah, man. Too much health and many green candles. So it's been that way for us, Elysium Core. Like it's been dreamy. the last couple of months, or the last month specifically at PIVX, has been incredible. So yeah, hopefully more to come for 2018. Surprise, surprise, I put PIVX as my #1 pick for 2018. I forgot to mention one of the main reasons I did that though when I was doing my overview, and that's because PIVX has me. I'm joking. At least that's what I've gotten from my research at Fish. There could actually be more to it. Got to do some more long research. Mark G is talking about, oh, I'm not sure which one. Sorry, Mark. I'm just catching up on live, so I'm a bit behind, guys. Yeah, Jow, Steam's killing it, man. Johnny Crypto's over on Steam, guys. If you are on Steam and you want someone to follow who speaks pretty broadly about the crypto economy and has some really good suggestions in there, follow Johnny Crypto over on Steam. And he helped me out a hell of a lot with actually understanding how to maximize my potential in Steemit as well. So he's somewhat of an expert over there at Steemit. Does very, very well. I was getting like 20, 30 cents a post, and Zhao took it over, and I was getting like $10 a post. Like he took over managing my account. I was still providing the content, but he knows what he's doing. JP O'Brien that's 100% right. JP O'Brien goes dickheads because he's referring to my rant about the banks before. He goes, banks invented money laundering. They did, for anyone not aware. Good time to get into NXT, rent your plants. Based on the actual chart, it took that massive dip after the Ignis share drop. I haven't checked it today. Let me have a quick look. But that was the time. You know, when everyone's dumping the crap out of it and lost, what, 40% in 24 hours, that's when you hit it. Especially if there's no bad news. Like the airdrop finishing is not bad news. It's just people had obviously factored that into the price. And we saw NXT retrace as a result, like we should have seen Bitcoin do when all these folks were factored in, and then it just never retraced after that. So maybe it was just delayed, and that's why it went back down to 13,000 people finally factoring in the forks that came out. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just going to have a look at the chart and tell you, like, only if you've done your research on the project, because it's not one that I've read the white paper for. But down 9% in the 24-hour period is the kind of retracements we look for when we're getting in. You know, the double figure retracements are really, really nice. I'm just having a look at the chart now. It looks to have taken back. Just trying to see where its high was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's taken back. Yeah, it's taken back significant money from those massive gains. So, yeah, for me, that's the kind of thing I like to do. So, guys, it's down here after this big parabolic, right? So that is, for me, just based on charts alone, that's when I do like to start buying, right? Buy low, sell high. So you can, you know, start there, scale it in, you know what I mean? Leave yourself, I always say, leave yourself to some room to always be right. So don't just bang it in everything on your first hit, because the likelihood that you've chosen the bottom of the market is next to none, like to hit it exactly. So scale into it. Leave yourself some room to be right. That's what I'm saying. If you dump it all in and it retraces another 10%, you were wrong, flat out. But if you put a third in and it retraces another 10%, you put another third in, then it's kind of like you weren't wrong. You know what I mean? You were waiting. You're just accumulating on those dips. So I always say, if you're going to, like, when you're getting into coins, I find it best, wait for the trades to come to you. Don't chase them. More often than not, you hit them. Yeah, that's probably it. And try and scale in, because picking the exact bottom of the market is very, very difficult. Yeah, I live in America and it sucks. Nazir Razuli. Every transaction is taxable. So much gray area. They expect you to keep track of the US dollar value of everything. Yeah, man, it's crazy. JP O'Brien said that drug money saved the banks in 08, in the 08 crash, FFS. For those of you who don't know what that abbreviation, JP O'Brien is obviously a fellow. He's not a big fan of the banks, let's say. The Z-Man, Big Z. Working out cap gains will be an administrative nightmare. If I were to one day only use crypto to live, let's say via 10x card, who would want to work out the cap gains on each transaction? Oh man, it's insane, Z. And like, that's the thing, bros. Don't forget, you don't really, like, I've taken some currency out, but everything I've taken out has been to fund PIVX projects. So I'm not paying any tax on that. Pay wages with it and do PIVX promotions. So I'm not paying a cent of tax on them. Forget about it. But what I will pay tax on is my profits over the 12-month period from June to June. And I haven't taken any money out that wasn't for spending on a little bit of extra profit, but I haven't taken much out. Like, I'm talking, I might be $1,000 ahead in fiat of what I've actually taken out. So yeah, I can go and declare that $1,000 and that, and I will at the end of June. But the point is, if I haven't taken out anything out of the economy, I don't have to pay tax on it, because I haven't made anything yet. Apparently, the Bank of England are looking to release a crypto, said Shaquille Ahmed. Yeah, man, I think a few of the banks will go that way. J-Coin in Japan's been rumored to be heavily partnered with the banks in Japan. Jamie Dimon's doing his thing. I think a few banks will create their own. Can't, Rudy. Haven't looked at it, man. And plus, we don't talk about ICOs on this channel generally. We talk about it in our Discord group, but we don't like to talk about them and then they sell out because we've publicised it. Enigma ENG was a killer yesterday, 100%. Oh, that's nice. There's been a few that have just been crazy, right? Like 40 to 60 to 80 to 100% gains. I saw Steam, at 154% gains yesterday at one stage. And I went, I'm so glad I started blogging there 6 months ago. What do I think of Electronium, Ashok? I'm undecided, man. Let me get some more information together on Electronium. David Teng says he's all in on Komodo. Mate, I think Komodo's a good project. You guys who are regulars will get sick of me hearing about why I think it's a good project, but there's plenty of good reasons. Main thing for me that's coming up in the near future, they have announced an exchange, actually, Komodo as well. But on top of that, you've got the Monet's ICO coming up, which I'm pretty bullish on. So two really big developments coming in early 2018 for Komodo. The news about the exchange was dropped on our Discord group yesterday. Enigma is the Bloomberg for crypto. They have a lot of MIT devs. I want in. Yeah, cool, man. I'll have to have a look at it. Thanks. I think Cardano and PIVX can moon. Yeah, well, I'm getting plenty of Cardano commission over on that Binance thing. So yeah, I think people are buying it. That's all I can tell you about that. I don't get a gauge of how much people are buying PIVX because it's not on Binance. But I think that, what PIVX has achieved by essentially being listed on one big exchange initially and now a second. We have an exchange integration team, guys. That's all I can say. We're working bloody hard on getting our coin more available to the masses. So we will be pushing hard to get listed on exchanges in the first quarter of 2018 and for the rest of the year as well. But to achieve what we have achieved in terms of market cap, with only being listed on Bittrex initially and more recently getting added to Upbit, I think it's commendable. And I'm always going to be biased, but I think it's good. Okay, I'm just catching up, guys. I'm so far behind the chat. It is not funny. Harry Taylor, Fish, you have helped me, a newbie. I bought it on Coinbase to Bitcoin at 19,000 at its peak, but with your insight into altcoins, I took the loss with Bitcoin going down and bought alts and in the plus. Mate, I love hearing that, Harry. Man, that was we talked a bit on this channel about people buying it at $19,000 and $20,000. We're like, oh, but the FOMO was strong, and it did look like at one stage it was just going to pierce straight through there and just keep going to 100 grand or something. But yeah, we had a few mates who get in and around that 18, 19, 20 grand, and we all just went, oh, maybe look at, it's hard to make huge recommendations. Like, it's hard to be, you're not a financial advisor, all right, but you're trying to look after your mates. So you're like, oh, maybe look at this, or diversifying some into this when they bought it at 18, 19 grand. But man, that's really good to hear that you take that hit, you roll with it, and you get back on the horse. If you continue to do your research, you continue to wait for the trades to come to you, you continue to buy low and sell high, and you rinse and repeat these strategies, you will stand a much, much better chance of making profit than the average person. Good to hear, Harry. BB's got heaps of ICX. Elysium Core said, PIVX all day, every day. Happy New Year, Fish. To be fair, Elysium Core's at PIVX as well. So we're both going to say very, very fond things of PIVX, but I think we've got reason to, guys. And you should go and check out the technology for yourself. 60-second block times, malleable block sizes, governance by consensus, seesaw algorithms, proof of stake, zero coin protocol in a proof of stake. We're going to be staking ZPIV soon enough. Devs are working on that now. We've just had press tab. One of the things that people are a bit hesitant about it at PIVX is that our devs are anonymous, more or less. And so press tab said, Tom just said, I've had enough of this. I'm coming out on a show. And he went on a show. I watched it the other night. Chad sent it over to me. And it was brilliant. It was brilliant to have one of our devs come out and put a public face to the development team. We got Snappy, we got Brian and Mike and Grant and Chad and a bunch of people who have been out there and showing their face for PIVX before myself, but not our devs. So I think that actually helped our price, because it wasn't like that video only got released and the price has done well because of it. So it's good to see Press Tab, Tom, out there putting a public face to the PIVX development team. I was real happy to see that. Grinkers is just saying nice job to Harry for a nice turnaround for a newbie, taking that $19,000 mistake buy. let's call it what it is, and turning it into a profit. Man, well done. We love hearing those stories. I always enjoy the energy. Well, it tires me out after an end of an hour. I feel like, I've been talking for a while. CNBC published a buyer's guide for Ripple 4 hours ago on their website. Thank you. For beginners, they recommend buying on Bitzane. Oh dear, how much are they getting for that recommendation? Gary DeMilo, my new strategy is to buy big bags on any low price crypto in the top 100. I have a feeling blind money is coming in big time. They tend to buy the cheap ones. Gary, it's been a trend for the last at least 2 months. And what Gary's talking about there is the per coin price. So the new money, the fresh money, what some people would refer to as dumb money, is not taking into account the market cap and the circulating supply. They're just looking at the coin price and going, 2 cents a coin, that's cheap. And Gary plans to take advantage of that. I don't want to call it ignorance. Well, it is. It's, Gary plans to take advantage. He's recognized that trend. And what he's going to do is grab some of those ones with lower per coin price and wait for them to pump. Look, if you'd taken that strategy at the start of like 6 months ago, you would have absolutely murdered it. Verge, 0.5% to even now at 14 cents is still 30x or 28x. So, yeah, it's not a bad strategy. I just feel like at some point, Gary, the reason I'm not doing the same thing is because at some point the market's going to wake up and they're going to go, oh shit, we've got to take into account the actual circulating supply and the market cap, not so much the coin price per se. So I think that's coming, like that awakening of oops will happen eventually, and I don't want to be holding bags of low per price coins when it does happen just because they were low per coin. There are some great projects, having said that, with some really low per coin prices, so maybe they're the ones to focus on, Gary. I ain't trading shit. Like I said, I ain't trading shit. These US taxes got me effed up. I'm chilling by for a few years and wait until. Yeah, man, that's the thing. Like, that's another good reason, guys. Ted's just dropped on us, guys, that Ripple's making another run as well, so we can take a look at that in a second. But that's another good point. That's another good reason never to invest more than you can afford to lose. And the reason is because you don't know what governments and banks are going to do. You don't know how long that money's going to be locked up for, and you're not going to be able to maybe access it within your country or region. It's happening to us right now in Australia because the big four are being dickheads. So the credit unions and the smaller financial guys are not doing the wrong thing. It's just the big four banks trying to protect their multi-billion-dollar profits every year. Multi-billion, $20 billion profits for Westpac, easy, I would say, per year. They're just trying to protect that. After Trump, isn't the prez maybe crypto taxes will get better? I hadn't heard what Trump had to say about it. I don't really have to pay attention to what he says. So I don't live in America. So the taxation laws in America aren't relevant to me, so I don't really focus hard on keeping an eye on that news. Sorry. Ted just made 500 sitting on this chat alone. Oh, that's good to hear, man. Yeah, we got some really good people in our investment crew. In the Crypto Wave investment crew, we get like it's honestly a great source of information. The tips, and how often do we see a coin that we're talking about over there and someone brings it in, we all have a chat about it, and a week later it's triple its money. Happens all the time in our Crypto Wave investment crew. Joe did it with Byteball, obviously PIVX, Verge. We were talking about Verge at 0.5%, guys, before its big bull run. That is not that long ago. And whether you like it now or not, you'd be pretty happy that you got it at 0.5%. You sell it off now for 25, 30x profit. Like I did, by the way. I must admit, I didn't sell all of it, but in being 100% honest, I sold 2/3 of my Verge bag. It's too big a run up. I had to take some money off the table. I actually put it into some other investments. Give you one clue. Yeah, ladder in and out. We're talking. I'm going to come down to live stuff, guys, because I'm still catching up. Sorry about that. I might have missed a few comments, and if I have, it's nothing personal, guys. I'm just trying to keep up with everyone. I have a dream of finding a good ICO. Do you have someone I can look at as is the future? If you can write it down in the chat. Yeah, okay, I'll do that for you, man. Check out this one, David. All right, man. Just put it in the chat for you. Check out that one. And the other one we're looking at the moment, which I'm not as bullish on, but I still think it's got potential, is this one. There you go. I don't like saying them, but there's two for you. Steam not on Binance. No, it's not yet, Isaac. Verge at a good dip to buy. Shaquille, I mean, it just depends, man. It depends on your long-term vision, like your long-term belief in the project. A lot of investors had their confidence rattled with what's happened with Wraith Protocol not coming out, not hitting targets. And that I've heard to this point, still no actual word from the developers about why it was missed or why there was no like warning that it was going to be missed. As far as I'm aware, that's where we're at with Verge. So is it a good time to buy? Shit. I mean, I honestly think it's overpriced. I do, because I think there's better DApp platforms out there, and I think there's better privacy coins. I thought the run up was like heavily driven by the fact that per coin price was very, very cheap. Not to mention the fact that McAfee, his Twitter account either got hacked or he got too drunk one night and came out and said it's going to be $5 or $6 a coin by 2018. Now that's ridiculous figures. If you go and do the market cap on a $5 to $6 Verge price, you think, what are you smoking, McAfee? No, like seriously, what are you smoking? So unfortunately, with someone with that power actually gets out, and whether it was him or whether it was a hack is irrelevant. When it comes out on his Twitter account that it is going to be this price, he has a lot of influence. And so him just saying that has people believing it. They won't even look into the project. They'll just buy it because he said so. For me, I still think, I said this back when it was 1/3 of a cent or even 1/5 of a cent. I said, I think it's a good project, but that, and, you know, potentially shown good value, but that was when it was I don't know, like a $50 million market cap or less. Now it's $2 billion. It's really hard for me to say, yeah, I think it's great buying at the moment. So that's my honest assessment of it. I think it got really hyped and really overbought. I think long term it can still get above these prices, absolutely, but it's going to take a hell of a lot of work from the development team, not only in making sure Wraith Protocol gets released, but also in making their investors and their community feel like they're part of something. Because to me, that's the biggest thing that's come out of all this, is nothing to do with the missed targets, nothing to do with the missed deadlines for the majority. The guy that came in, I can't remember who it was yesterday, he came into our chat and he said straight up, he said, nah, that's it, I'm done. Done with Verge, I've just dumped it all. They're not going to tell us what's going on. I don't want anything to do with it. And that was his opinion. I'm not trying to be rude. I've got Verge. Obviously, I'd like to see it go up. But his very strong opinion was, no, not acceptable. And I'd say a fair bit of the market is feeling like that. So is it a good time to buy? My honest opinion is, even though I have, because it ran back down, and honestly, at one stage, I'd sold out of 90% of my Verge, like 90, 95%, because it just kept going. And I was just like, oh, I'll sell more then. So yeah, my honest opinion is maybe even with the rundown, you could still even look for further retracements to get a cheap buy. But I can't crystal ball it, man. I'm not going to be able to tell you the exact path of every market. So please do some charting yourself. Speak to the technical analysis guys in our Discord group who are actually really, really proficient with the TA, and they might be able to give you a good idea of whether it's looking like buy time. Yeah, Kyber did pump Mark G. We've been talking about a bit. Hey, Ruth, welcome back. Howdy, fishy boy. How are you? Watchman, good to see you. Privacy coin crypto. Yeah, I know. So, like, this is the thing. Actually, one of the guys at PIVX said this to me yesterday. I think you're referring to Verge, right? When you're putting coin cryptos, putting privacy coin question mark. Yeah, one of the guys at PIVX said to me yesterday, he said, do you really even consider Verge a privacy coin? I said, well, if Wraith Protocol was to be implemented, then yeah. As far as I can read up, it does look like it. But no, I said at this stage, no. So it's a valid point that coin crypto makes there, and it's a point, like it's an opinion that's becoming more prominent in the crypto economy. Coin crypto, feel free to correct me if that's not what you were referring to, but I think it might be. Chaikai Hinohara. It's 5150 time. Fish is great. I don't know what 5150 time means. Walton, goodbye. Double-digit retracement against BTC. Adnan, let me check the price. I think anywhere around $10, you're going to do well. I've seen it drop below $10 a couple of times, and it's gotten gobbled up. I put it in my top 5 for 2018, so I have been keeping a closer eye on that than others. I think RFID technology combined with blockchain is going to be a great industry in 2018. VeChain, Ben, and Walton Coin, two of the market leaders in that space. And just taking a look at the price of Walton Coin now, Adnan, to see if we can get an idea. 11.44, okay. Yeah, I bought it around 10, man. So I've had really nice gains on that already. We've taken a 10% dip against BTC. Walton has been as high as $15, or maybe higher. Just rough figures off the top of my head. So you're still buying well under all-time highs. So if you have a long-term vision in the project, you have a long-term belief that Walton are going to make these partnerships stick in China, they're going to have RFID tags coming in your label, your clothes, in your packaging, you know, these sorts of things for quality control, for tracking and distribution. Like there's a lot of good things that this RFID technology can bring into the market. So yeah, if you believe in it long term, man, I don't think it's bad buying today. I don't think it's super cheap or anything, because I was hitting it. I first hit it at the $7 mark, and then I've been stacking up at 10. So if it drips towards 10, that's when I've been hitting it. But you got to make your own call, man, because I think long term Walton will go well above $11.44. Again, what path is it going to take there? It's very hard for me to assess. There could be news come out this afternoon that partnerships have been broken. There could be news come out this afternoon that partnerships have been formed and solidified and strengthened. So it just depends a lot. It'll be a lot news driven. It'll be a lot social media driven, as this market is. So it's difficult to say exactly, but I think in 12 months' time, $11.44 will seem very, very cheap on Walton Coin. I could be wrong. David Teng said, love you too, bro. It's all about the love in the crypto wave investment career. Actually, that's a similar theme at PIVX as well. Snappy says it all the time. Brian, every time he contacts me, love you, fish. I'm just like, yeah, I love you too, Brian. So it's a big, big theme, a lot of love. Rocket's asked if anyone's bullish on Verge. Like there are some people who are saying this is just pure opportunity, Rocket. So, you know, just depends on your personal belief in the long-term success of Verge. PUFA has been making some crazy calls on his chart predictions, like the price mark made some of us money. Oh, cool, man. I'm not sure who PUFA is. BP sold Verge at 2 cents and sold it at 4. So what do we? Everyone goes, oh, well, you could go under 30 cents. Yeah, but BP doubled his money. You never diss a winning trade ever. So well done, BP. Doubled your money, mate. Very well done. Show me a financial advisor who can do that for you in 12 months. They'll tell you they'll get you 11 to 14%. They're not going to double your money. So well done, mate. Sumo Coin is the only true privacy coin, so I heard. Well, I mean, really, Rocket? Oh, I spoke to Chad yesterday as well. We're going to get some, we're just, like, everyone's busy, so it's hard getting everyone on the show, but we're going to get people on the show soon. So I would rather pass that question on to one of the tech people from PIVX who can tell you why PIVX is an anonymous coin, or has an anonymous feature anyway. It has a privacy feature. We don't insist that you send it privately. You can send PIV or you can send ZPIV. It's your choice. We don't force anything on you. So yeah, I'll have to get but Rocket, you know me, man, I'm not super good with tech, so I'm gonna have to get the guys to come on and explain to you why PIVX is anonymous. I mean, I've done an explanation of Zero Coin Protocol. I drew it up on my bodyboard and did it that way. I might get Wilkie to come over and we'll do a visual demonstration of Zero Coin Protocol and how it works with a couple of people being used in between. But yeah, my understanding is Zero Coin Protocol is like one of the highest regarded forms of anonymity in the crypto economy. So please correct me if I'm wrong, but that was my understanding. Yeah, BP. BP's referring to McAfee's bet that he's going to have to eat his own junk because, yeah, Bitcoin would have to get to 1 million by the 2020, which I don't see happening. It can, can get into the 6-figure mark, 7 figures. I don't know. Would you sit on XRP and ZRX or sell for profits? For me, Zcoin I'd sit on because I think it's a good long-term project. I think they're doing well and they'll do well in Japan. XRP, if I was just looking for profits, I would sit on it. But if I was more inclined to favor decentralization and the essence of what the blockchain movement has been started for, then I would dump the crap out of Ripple. Oh dear, no, it's good tech, man. It's a solid project. They're working with the banks. That's where the money is. So if you just want to make money, yeah, I think Ripple's a hold. But I just don't like it. Muhammad Ahmed this time. We've got Shaquille and Muhammad Ahmed in the chat today. Muhammad Ahmed, hi Fish. I'm looking at that ICO as well. I got whitelisted and downloaded the Neon wallet. Do I buy Neo from Bittrex, then transfer it into the wallet and then send it to them? I never used Neo wallet. Yeah, bro, that's exactly right, Ahmed. You got it, man. You got it in one, man. So you never, guys, really important point that Ahmed's brought up here. You never invest in an ICO from an exchange. You do it from your wallet, okay? So your actual wallet that you've downloaded. Now, yeah, Mohammed, if you go download that wallet, bro, and just buy it off Bittrex or buy it off Binance or whatever exchange. It's Neo's availability is through the roof. It's pretty much available on every exchange. So yeah, you can go buy it off there. Just be aware of this, Ahmed. On Bittrex, they will charge you 0.025 of a Neo to withdraw that Neo, and they're actually only going to allow you to send amounts in whole Neos. So if you have 1.5 Neo, you can't. That I've been able to figure out anyway. You can't send 1.5 Neo on Bittrex. It's only full amounts. So just be aware of that when you're making your purchase. It's 1 Neo, 2 Neo, 3 Neo. There's no decimal places, at least when it comes to sending your Neo from your Bittrex account to your Neo wallet. But yeah, bro, that's what you do. And then hit that ICO with your Neo thing. And that's it, man. You got your KYC. I'm still waiting on mine. Oh, I'll have to check my emails. Maybe it's come through. I'm like going, I really want to get into that one. I don't know. Can it outprice Neo? I think it'll run close. Like it'll be close. They might run at similar sort of rates, but I'd like to get into it. It's big. I don't know if you read the white paper, Mohammed, but 130 million existing people using the service already. That's a lot of people. That's a big customer base to start with. Nate's saying that it was pretty unprofessional of the Verge team to, handle things the way they have. Harry Taylor said, no one loves the private Federal Reserve bankers, but don't think Trump loves them either, brother. It's a fair comment. BB Junkie, Muhammad Ahmed, yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks for that. BB's just said you actually need Neo GUI for ICOs at the moment, because the current version, it won't actually, of the Zion wallet, I think that's right, isn't it? The Neon wallet. It won't actually show up any P5 tokens yet. I believe that's planned. It will eventually. I'd like to see what you think of HVN Fish, and I also want to know what you thought of Dent. I really ripped on Dent the other day in a certain website forum. Oh, did you? No, there's a few people liking Dent, man. It's been brought up here. And then BP said Dent bad. Man, I got it confused with Dentacoin. Like the actual dentist coin, I got them confused. And so I didn't even look at Dent. So I still got to go figure it all out, man. But HVN, I'm just trying to remember which one that is. HVN, let me just type it in. 5. Yubi, I haven't seen this one. Ranked 278, $35 million in market cap. Let's bring over the screen share and have a look at it together, guys. Haven't done a new one today. And as usual, this won't be comprehensive. We're just going to have a quick look at the project. So Hive, in a nutshell. We have a market cap of $35 million US. 24-hour volume is not too bad at 616,000. So I figure as long as it's above 1%, I'm pretty happy. So, this is well above the 350,000 mark. That would give it 1%. It's like 1.8% trade volume in 24 hours. I'm fine with that. 375 million HVN with a total supply of 500 million. So we have 33% inflation to come, and we just have to figure out how long that inflation takes place over to figure out whether the inflation rate is reasonable. You can see here in terms of chart action, we had our spike, we've had our consolidation, and now we're starting to run up here with a big dip at the end here. So maybe, if you are into this project, if this starts to go sideways from this point, that might be your buy signal, guys. It is up to you. Please make your own decisions. I've never even investigated. We've got a per coin price of under 10 cents, which has been beneficial. Like the coins with the highest circulating supplies have been benefiting from that. As I suggested, I think that will end when people become more informed in the space. But at the moment, it is still existing. Okay, Hive, your auditor, risk manager, and liquidity broker on the same platform. That's pretty cool. Manage your company financial risk like a corporation. Why Hive project? More liquidity. By applying blockchain technology to factoring, the Hive project platform will create a distributed and highly effective public ledger to open up new sources of finance to SMEs. Geez, my reading's doing well today. The cryptographic protection of all accounting entries and the elimination of any duplicates are ensured by the public blockchain ledger accessible through the Hive project platform. Well, preventing the double spend that was what made Bitcoin, essentially. That was a long existing problem with creating digital economies. Risk management. Hive Project's powerful algorithm uses blockchain source of truth to provide the market with financial data about small businesses and third parties that can be relied upon. Okay, how does the project work? The company's financial data is uploaded to the blockchain. The distributed ledger provides transparent and immutable records of the company's financial data all in one place. The company owns its financial data on the blockchain and monetizes its advantages when seeking liquidity. Since blockchain technology solves the trust issue in the business world, this transfers to faster and increased access to liquidity for small businesses. Okay, it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm going to have a further look into it. Let's read step 3 just to complete this. Third parties get more reliable data, increasing liquidity seekers' access to finance. The triple entry accounting live financials delivered by the Hive project platform gives creditors reliable information on borrower credit scores, great confidence in borrowers' financial leads. It looks cool, man. It looks cool. I don't mind it. It looks like it's, almost about, if you guys think about, those projects that are allowing people who don't have bank accounts and identities as such in the real, or provable identities. This seems like I don't know, it's kind of like that for business, right? So I'm really, really interested in projects that are looking to enter and shake up the business world. It's something that I feel I've, got a lot of experience in, so I can actually have insight as to whether the project will be successful and be able to be adapted in the business world. This one I'm going to have more of a look at, but it does actually really appeal to me straight off the bat. And one of the reasons it really appeals to me is because it's boring as all batshit. It's boring, and that's good. It means people don't get excited and hyped by it. But I said yesterday that it doesn't have to be exciting to be profitable and disruptive in an industry. Now, can Hive do that? Hey, I've got a lot more research to do to find out. For starters, we got the best ICO 2017 winner from Coin Agenda Global. I've never heard of them, but we'll go and check out what kind of a reference that is. We can trade HVBN on HitBTC and Livecoin, more to come. Just trying to see white papers, teams, all that sort of stuff. So let me just scroll down a little bit. Announcements and news. Join the project. Buy your tokens here. Subscribe. Contact us. Meet the team. Here we go. And there's a business roadmap summary as well, guys. You get in and check these things out if you're actually going to invest. Our team is multidisciplinary, international, and highly dedicated to bringing Hive Project to an international stage, transferring the way SMEs around the world get the liquidity they need and creating long-term value for contributors in the process. Jovanovic. Dayon is a seasoned executive with okay. Yeah, so what you do now, guys, is go and check out these people. They've got LinkedIn accounts, so you can go and have a look at their business chops and see if it's a team that you want to invest in. It looks interesting, man. I like the idea of targeting small business as well. It's cool. Sorry, I just realised that I wasn't even on screen share. How bad's that? That last bit. I do that all the time. You guys know that. So yeah, we've had a look at HVN. What I don't understand. Okay, here's BP. He's the one who asked to have a look at it. So let's see what he has to say. Hive are active on Twitter and building good connections. So I think you would really like this investment, perhaps. What I don't understand is the business model and how the tokens are utilized and exactly how they pass hands and what are the incentives and what decides price. Well, I mean, BP, that's a very, very balanced point of view, man. Well done. You haven't just come in here and shelled a coin. You've said, this is what I like about it. This is what I'm struggling to understand. Really balanced point of view. But yeah, it does interest me because I think small business is worth, worth chasing. Oh, cool. Okay, guys, I'll do that. Thanks, BB and Mohammed. I'll check on that, guys. Maybe that's all I've got to do. So maybe my, maybe my KYC has come through. I'll check it out. Apparently, Coinbase are trying to reach a wider market. A lot of Koreans use ETC. Shaquille, I'm sure they will, man. Shaquille, I'm going with Shaquille because we've got Muhammad Ahmed in as well. Shaquille, of course they will as well. Of course they will, man. It makes sense for them to try and expand into as many markets as they possibly can. XRP's back up to 232. Thank you very much, BB. The Watchman, both Ether Classic and BTC Cash were allowed on Coinbase for transactions. Coinbase allowed BTC Cash. Maybe Ether Classic will be added to if the correlation in withdrawals being allowed means anything. I don't know. I hadn't heard that rumor. Like, with the leaks coming out of Coinbase, it's like a sieve. You tend to get the rumors coming out about a coin that before it gets listed. I hadn't heard anything about Ether Classic. It could go that way though. Milky Charge Angel, Mikey the Archangel. Sorry, Mikey, I blew that one. Did you just say you want to run big business? No, mate. Fish for President of Australia. Well, it's Commonwealth, so it would be Prime Minister, but no, thank you. I'll pass on that job. Don't like politicians. I couldn't stand sitting with them all day. Mikey, the Archangel. Hey, love your channel more every day, mate. I love just kicking back and having a chat. Any thoughts on bread? Oh, I had a look at it for the first time, but I still don't want to make an opinion. I'm going to go nuts on research, guys. In the next couple of days, I'm going to read the white paper of Cardano because that's been a massive one for me. I'm going to have a look at Hashgraph completely because that's been another one that's been hammered into me. Bread has been brought up every stream for the last week, so I need that look and find out what all the commotion is about. So yeah, guys, I'll get really heavy onto that research in the next couple of days and try and get some opinions on those ones that you guys are like continuously asking about. Thanks, Mikey, the Archangel. I'm glad you enjoyed the chat, man, even if it's sometimes just me blabbing on because I don't know that much. Kirby, can I host an ICO webinar? I don't even know what a webinar is. Seriously, like I assume it's a seminar online, right? But I have no idea how to do it. But yeah, I can host it. And I can talk underwater with a mouthful of marbles. Talking's not difficult for me. For those of you guys who don't know, I did some MC work when I was younger. Some MC stuff. I did, like not rapping, not MC fish, as in, at Palazzo Versace, I was the MC at a charity auction there. I MC'd my school's formal, actually. So public speaking, I don't have any problem with. Thank you for not offering your opinion. I appreciate it. It's really hard to keep up with every corner of crypto. I just appreciate knowing where you're at. Good man. That's cool, man. I appreciate you not, it is hard. There's like 1,000, there'd be at least 200 or 300 really like reasonable projects and then a lot of garbage. But the point is even just keeping on top of the reasonable projects is really difficult. Yeah, exactly. MC, not MC. Yeah, exactly, Garrett. You got it, bro. Fish, have you bought some Ethos Bitcoins? I've been in since 1 BUC. Yeah, baby. No, I haven't. But I think exchange. I said this was in my top 5 categories for 2018. So yeah, you can put Ethos, like formerly known as Bitcoins. You can put KuCoin. You can put Binance. You can put any of these exchanges that are coming out. Provided they're providing good customer service and excellent user interface, I think they're going to have good years. More people are buying coins. That means they're going to need places to do it. KuCoin's heavily focused in Hong Kong. And that's the cool thing is the exchanges are coming up with different ways to reward the customers. So it's still it's not a battle that's won yet, which is cool. It's good for the customers too. It means that we're going to get offered more. Jace wants an ICX party. Let's do it. Okay. Wilkie called me. We're going to do it on Sunday on New Year's Eve, but we never got around to it. Ethos is going to replace Coinbase. Replace? I mean, it can take some of its market cap, but I don't know about replace, man. I don't know that Coinbase will just roll over and die like that. Plus, do I really want to download another thing when I've had 6 months of, like, apart from the first couple of months when I had some troubles, when they were having troubles with scale and getting fiat into the economy, I haven't had a problem with Coinbase since. So why would I risk an unknown unless they were doing much, much cheaper percentages? You buying this fish? Which one? I don't know. Hey all, in for the last few minutes of the stream. For David, makes it in late. I am literally about to check out, but thanks for popping in, saying good day. Ethos is bigger than anyone really understands. You will have instant liquidity. Ethos will almost become your bank account, decentralized exchanges. You'll be able to trade stocks, currencies, and cryptocurrencies on one app. Okay, instant liquidity. BP, I'm going to call bullshit on that straight away because the banks won't clear the accounts overnight, mate. The banks will take overnight to clear the money into your account. So instant liquidity into fiat is not possible in Australia. Maybe through a crypto debit card, I'd have to take a look at that. But I know our banks will clear it overnight, so it won't be instant. Well, how am I going to do that in Australia, BP? BP said it will be instant. You'll be able to sell your Bitcoin and withdraw cash on the dime. Yeah. Like we don't have an access to crypto debit cards over here at the moment, and most stuff's getting restricted and banned. From what I understand, based on what Stephen Corrales and Shingo Levine told me, you will be able to get your funds rather quickly. Rather quickly, sure. But, you know, instant liquidity is a term that means you'll be able to get cash straight away. So that's, I think that might be overstated. Can I say at least that much? Because, don't get me wrong, overnight's awesome. Look how long it took Wilkie to get his money from ASX. Wilkie cleared some of his stock out of the Australian Stock Exchange. Do you know how long it took for him to get his funds? Forget about it. Forget about how much money he lost because the ASX weren't clearing his funds quick enough. Well, the whole market's doing this. And Wilkie was ready to jam in another big whale bag, and now he's missed out on that, and he can't possibly buy into these parabolics, so he's just got that money sitting on the sidelines now, thanks to the ASX and the clearing thing. So yeah, man, even overnight's so much better than what we've been given in the past. Thoughts on Ethereum? I haven't even heard of it. It's Estonian, is it? No, I haven't heard of it. Thanks, Kirby. That's a obscure one, man. We can go have a look at that eventually. I got so many, I got that Cardano white paper is really something I've really got to focus on. I need to know about a top 10 coin, guys. I can't not have read that white paper. So that will be my next thing. Said Wabi already had some RFIDs on clothing, but was mistaken. They have products on baby items aiming for alcohol, then pharmaceuticals next. That's cool, man. I think it's a good market, RFID. Thomas Lee, Fish, do you think it's time for BTC to rally back to retest highs, sucking the big value from alts? I said it for a while, man. I thought that Bitcoin would rally. I thought it would rally stronger and quicker than this, but the problem is that, you know, again, Lightning Network comes out and you have to be a bloody computer genius to know how to use it. That doesn't help the average person. Same way as having all these people who go, oh, you didn't even send it on Segwit wallet, did you? I don't know how. So unless you're making it that easy, for me, you've failed. I'm sorry. It's not just me. There are plenty of people in the same boat as me who are not computer experts. No, she doesn't, Kirby. Kirby's asking about my assistant, Dee, who was on the show the other day. No, she doesn't surf, man, but she does BJ, is it BJJ? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, yeah, BJJ. She's bloody good. And does yoga as well. So that's her athletic prowess. But no, she doesn't surf. I met her down on the beach, actually. She was doing yoga down there. And I talk to people. No, it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so BJJ. Oi, Ted, seriously, dude? I made that same joke. He got so angry at me. I'm not allowed to make that joke. I'm not allowed to make that joke. You're a blue belt, Kirby, so is she. She's a blue belt as well, so maybe you guys can have a roll together. BJJ, yeah. Ted, it was funny, man. I'm like she just said it so casually, and I'd never heard it before. I'm like, are you serious? That's the abbreviation? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you don't see anything funny about that? She's like, no. I'm like, I'll keep my mouth shut then. Did she do an armbar on you, man? She's ruthless in terms of, like, she's the nicest person in the world, but in terms of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, there was a viral meme of her throwing some chick to the ground. She had it like this and just, it's like gone viral. You can go look it up. I'll send you guys a photo of it on I'll send you a photo of it on Discord. It's pretty brutal. So yeah. BJJ and yoga admin. Just to correct you, brother. All right, enough of this talk, guys. It's fun, but I'm going to check out. It's been a cool conversation again today. Guys, if you are looking to invest today, please only invest what you can afford to lose. And wait for the dips. Wait for the trades to come to you. Don't go chasing them. How do we join in the private groups you guys are in? Oh, we're not private, Ted. No, man, no subscription fees or anything like that. I've got a link in the description of this video, mate, to our Discord group. You're welcome to join in over there. I think we must be pushing close to 300 members now. So it's kind of where we keep the discussion going after the show. So Ted, not private at all, man. You're welcome to join us. Yeah, we just talk crypto and try and steer each other in good directions. You know, if we know something bad about one, we can all tell each other. If we recognize something really promising, we can all help each other out. And then we do some group ICOs and stuff like that, you know, it's just to help us get those extra bonuses that are usually reserved for the big guys. We are the big guys when we're all together. So we do that just to, you know, to get us a bit of extra power in the economy by working together. And our research collaboration is off the charts. So we actually identify really good projects most of the time. Thanks, man, from Dallas. Oh, cool, man. Cool. We got plenty from the US. Like, the US is probably our most heavily represented country in Crypto Wave investment crew, and then Australia. It'd be Australia and US pretty close because I'm Aussie, so a lot of my friends are in. But yeah, man, it's good to have you in, Ted. Always love a new member, man. Zhao said, yeah, just have to send me the monthly fee. It's 0.05 BTC. Zhao actually founded the group, man. Zhao found me on YouTube when I literally had 2 people watching the show. One of them was Zhao. So Zhao founded the actual Discord group, and he's only joking about that subscription fee. Paul Grober Fish, what is the ETA on Gladius token? Sorry if I missed this. No, Paul, the question hasn't been asked today. I believe it's January, dude, but I'm not sure the exact date. Let me get on to Alex, and I'll ask him if he can actually drop a date on us, and maybe if he's not too busy, he'll come on the show and have a chat to us again and drop it himself. He's a good guy. I like Alex, you know, 21 years old or 20 years old or whatever, but geez, he's bright, isn't he? Anyway. Of course we'll have you, Seb. Seb, guys, I think I'll finally join the Discord if you'll have me. Of course we will, mate. I really want to get some question and answer about ethos and get you and your group's opinions, so I'll see you there. Yeah, cool, babe. Man, you're always in the chat. Drop over and continue it at Discord. It's a good source of information. We can have I honestly think it is going to be something I really like, the ethos, Bitcoins, but I just haven't looked into it enough, man. All right, cool. Thoughts on Tron, Alex? TRX, that being? I think it's a really ambitious project. This is the last one I'm answering, by the way, and then I'm checking out. Aussie. Oi, well done, Jace. Picked it up well for a Canadian. Oh, we're Australian now. Anyway, Tron I like. I think it's a really ambitious target of fixing the internet, as they say in their white paper. Having said that, they've identified massive problems with the internet in the centralization and control asserted by central authorities like Google, like Facebook. You know, these are problems. We have the content pushed on us rather than choosing or discovering the content for ourselves. So that is a concern, and Tron's looking to fix that. Alex, I had one problem with it. One, and that's it. The white paper was brilliant. The team looks amazing. And the one problem I have is actually a problem that exists in a few of these sorts of currencies throughout the economy, and that is that pre-existing wealth buys you influence, okay? And that doesn't sit well with me. It's the same as Steemit. I love Steemit, but I just think it's something we've got to try and find a solution to. And I don't have the solution, so I hate even bringing it up as a problem, but it is a problem that on some of these sites, Steemit, Tron being another one, you can go in and you can, with pre-existing wealth, purchase enough to make yourself influential. I'm not sure that that's what we're trying to aim for as a society. Pre-existing wealth, getting the first run again. Bitcoin, but other than that, man, Tron, I really think it's a great goal, and I think it's a great project, good team. It's gone up 60% in the last bloody 24 hours. So there's obviously a few people pretty bullish on it. Bitcoin looks great today, but honestly, I think it will bounce between 12 and 16 for at least a month. Joe, I said 12.5 and 15, man. I found that range between 12.5 and 15,000. That's what I've been saying for like the last week or so. But, you know, it hits that range and then it boom, up here and starts hitting that range, or goes down here and starts hitting that range. Just at the moment, I've noticed if I just like bought at 12.5 and sold at 15, say 14.8, 12.5 to 14.8, I would have absolutely murdered it in the last week. All right, I'm backing out. The alt booms tempted me back in. Oh, it's Seb. Seb said he stopped trading for a while, but the alt coin boom has got him back in. Oh, it would be good to see you over at the Discord group anyway. Guys, thanks very much for joining in the convo. It's always fun. Always a bit of fun. Anyway, I'm going to check out and I'll catch up with you tomorrow for another one. Happy investing. Only invest what you can afford to lose. And this is not financial advice. See you later.